What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of So What You Hear. I'm Jay.
I'm Craig.
Tiff.
And we have wrapped up the NFL draft for 2025.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Everybody generally happy?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm actually okay. We made the right choice.
You were not very optimistic.
Because I've seen it happen.
And it's funny because you knew what you were doing, you still weren't very optimistic.
Well, they took a long time picking that first.
It didn't even make like I
They
said,
were on the clock,
yeah,
and he's
yeah.
like, "Why are they on the clock?"
Like, what are we on the clock this long for? We already know. Like, just go ahead and I don't care what Goodell says.
Do it.
Make it official.
Do what we need to do.
Yeah.
I feel like most people feel like they drafted, most drafts seem like, wow, they really filled needs. They really got good players for this and good players for that.
They were, I can say for Cowboys, they went responsible. You know,
Yeah.
I want a running back higher. But from all the commentators, everything I'm hearing, that we did really good. Like the guy, I mean, what I saw, the highlights I saw, of the guys, they look really good. So I'm like,
I would say I'm seeing the most A and B grade drafts, like overall,
everybody.
that I've seen. And usually, you got teams that draft very well, teams that draft all right, teams that draft terrible.
What were they thinking?
I'm not seeing anybody who's really getting to like, what the hell were you doing?
What was
grade?
that? Yeah.
And then I'm seeing a lot more, like even that mid tier is kind of skimp. Most people got that AB rank.
It was a good year for the big
And
boys.
it is a good year for the big boys, and I'm wondering if this is the last leftovers from COVID.
So like the 5 or 6 year kids.
So I'm wondering if this is a mixture of
More to pull from.
been there for as long as they possibly could because of COVID,
Exactly.
mixed with I got a little bit longer extension because of COVID, mixed with okay, this is when I should get drafted, because like there's undrafted free agents that I know them from college, and they're like getting drafted undrafted, and I'm like,
Yeah.
really? We picked up one of the
Getting
receivers
signed.
from Notre Dame, and I'm like, I know that name. Like I thought he was good, like not like a superstar, but a fairly good player. Well, you've got a bunch of people grabbing undrafted free agents. Well, it makes sense because the draft class is so deep.
It's big, yeah.
Yeah, and like I think people got overshadowed with the fact that they kept talking about like it wasn't a lot of like superstar talent. Like, well, yeah, okay, I'll give you it's not a lot of like superstar talent, but you don't put 22 superstars on the field. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like nobody's got 11 defensive superstars and
And so
11
it has to
offensive
protect
superstars and
and
11
Yeah.
kick returning superstars. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
And so you can have your superstars if you don't have the rest of the guys at least being good.
Yeah.
And I think this draft gave you
Good.
a
Good.
good special teams class. We got one of the tackles we got. It's not like we're like, oh my God, this guy's going to be better than Dexter Lawrence. Like, no, he's going to be really good
And he's going to help
next to
yeah.
Dexter Lawrence. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
He'll make Dexter great. I mean, Dexter's
yeah,
great, but
well,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying. That's not change that. But you know what I'm saying? He could be
but
even
yeah, like, and I think
greater.
I'm seeing that in a lot of things, and I'm wondering if that's why it seems like that happened everywhere.
Okay.
You got teams with like the worst line in the league that are coming out of this draft, like, oh, we could be, we could be a top 10, offensive liner. Hey, our defense is going to be amazing, and I think it's because it filled all the responsibility positions, which is really important.
Yeah.
Like, it's really important to make sure that, star power is a necessity, but if you don't have at least good players at all the positions, you're going to get hurt. And that's what a lot of teams get messed up on.
Yeah. I mean, the quarterbacks need protection. They need somebody, protection so they can get the ball to the receiver. And everybody thinking about the receiver and the quarterback, but how he's going to get there,
Don't let perfection be the enemy of good. And you see a lot of people keep trying to do that. That's what I feel like they did with this draft.
Yeah.
Because it's not a perfect draft, it's not good.
I don't know,
But then once people
Oh,
draft
but
and you see the guys...
a lot of these guys.
But that's what I'm saying. But
really
once you
good.
see them, once you see the draft take place and you see where they're going and you're thinking about how they're going to be fitting in with the people they're around and the coaches they got, and you're like, oh man, this is going to be pretty good. Oh wow, that might work out. Like,
You know what I think about it also? I think about like those COVID kids, like you said. extra year to grow into their body, an extra year to get faster. And you're in college while this happens, so when you get to pros, you're like, okay, I'm fully into this. Like,
you got kids getting drafted in this draft that are like already 26, and then you got kids that are getting drafted in this draft that are like 21.
Exactly. So it's a big range.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting to see how all that plays out.
See if development goes right.
Yeah, but that's where it comes to your organization is hiring the right coaches.
Well, most definitely.
Yeah. So if you're not, we're going to find out obviously how a lot of these young men's careers go.
Kids.
No, not all of them. Some of them 26 months.
Well, that's true. Yeah, 4 kids and
so
that's a
401k.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, but yeah.
Yeah, no. But
no, I thought everything, like I said, we got a guard first, so it was just like, a guard, yay, but then we needed a guard, like I said, but I saw his highlights, and I'm like, okay, and he's talking about how he liked to take, the love of football, he likes to watch it leave their eyes, and like, I think I like this kid, so.
Yeah, a guard. Yeah, Dallas Cowboys. Y'all are amazing franchise. Absolute elite, aren't y'all? Well, one of the crazier things that happened over the weekend was Shedeur falling.
That was crazy.
Like,
As
I
they
mean,
say,
he went from a
fell
possible.
from grace all the way down to.
I mean, it started getting conversational. Like,
I
dog, is he going to be
I
drafted?
thought he was going to be undrafted. I thought
Is he going to go? Yeah.
Well, I was like a little bit though. Like at this point, I was surprised somebody was like, "Well, shit, all right, Shedeur." Like, why not?
But he cost himself like $50 to $60 million because of where he got drafted at.
I mean,
because I was starting to go
drafted.
teams like, okay, Pittsburgh, who are you? Who's your quarterback?
Dog, I was like, what's going on?
New Orleans, like Derek Carr can't play. Like,
the names I heard at quarterback going.
And it was even getting to the point of like Rams. Matthew Stafford's like 40.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And you can see.
I was like, maybe we can have a quarterback battle.
Yeah.
And trade bait. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm just thinking anything because you like at this point.
That's what I was saying. Like, why not? He's there. Like, seriously. Yeah. So.
Like, I understand, and I would, like you were saying, all Shedeur's like dads and uncles popping out of nowhere, and I understand where a lot of them are coming from if you hear them, because like they've known him since diapers.
Yeah.
And so when they see him, they see the kid they hang out with during a birthday party or whatever. But the only problem with it is because they keep, it was a unnamed source. It's like, sis. Unnamed source, sis. It was a lot of reports from a lot of different local reporters were saying that they were being told by people that his interviews were terrible. National reporters, insiders, like evaluators, everybody everywhere that talks to people that are part of NFL teams was like, yeah, all I've heard is his interviews were just terrible. He didn't do well when he get critiqued. He didn't do well taking like criticism.
Yeah.
He wasn't really paying attention. He acted like he didn't want to be there. And if everybody's saying this, like, yeah, that might not be how he is, but then there might have been an image he was trying to give off, and that ain't what he gave off.
That's not what happened. No. Well, I think this is very humbling.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a whole nother mindset that's coming in this. I mean, a little bit, you need a little chip on your shoulder, I think.
Yeah.
Because that's what drives you to be the absolute best and prove everyone wrong. But I also think it's also good
because, like, all right, you're not under your dad anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see who you are.
I think that might help. I think it really will. Like, because like I said, did you see the pro day?
Mm-hmm.
Dion was getting in every drill. Like, they've got people there, and these aren't Colorado people. These are people from different teams. These are people that are trying to run drills with them. Dion was getting involved in every single one of them. And it's like, dog, you got to cut the apron strings. Like, they aren't going to be any good if you don't back up. Sit down. There's going to be coaches that are going to tell them they need to do things differently. And you can't step in and be like, well, I don't think they should have to do it differently because that's not how life works. And not everybody's Travis Hunter and Deion Sanders, where you can get away with being a little more, I want things my way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, not everybody plays baseball at a world champion level and football at a world champion level. Like, you can't do that. You can't dictate when you're not the greatest.
I mean, he ended up taking all the attention anyway, though, from the draft.
Yeah, I mean, nobody talked about Cam Ward. It's actually, I've seen where the reports and stuff where they have people talking segments on their shows and stuff about like, yeah, did you notice that we missed his interview because everybody was talking about Shedeur?
It never happened.
And like I said, that stuff like that, I don't think that's Shedor's fault, but I think it added to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like there's people that call it racism. But the first draft
pick was Cam Ward.
So
the first 3 picks were black.
Yeah. So how is that racist? Like
I think just
like,
he,
they
like
want
I said,
us to act a certain way, but that's not true either. You just gotta put your money where your mouth is.
And also, like I said, I've heard a couple people say it. You also gotta act how you can afford to act, and I think that was a little bit of it too. I think Shedeur went Colorado was 4-8. They were not an elite team.
Yeah.
He did not have a great record against good teams.
Now for Colorado, that was great.
Yeah, for Colorado it was great. It was better than anything they had there in forever. Yeah. And I did see things that I'm like,
they were bowl eligible. They played the bowl. They just lost.
I'm pretty sure they were 4-8.
No, they were. No, remember the second year they were way better. First year they were 4-8.
Okay.
They played in the bowl game this year. They got obliterated.
They got. I think he's like 1-9 against like winning teams.
I have no idea.
It's not great. Now, yes, it's a team thing, and that line was not good. And the fact that he was able to do some of the stuff he did with the line that wasn't that great, but it still wasn't.
That's probably why he'll do decent in Cleveland.
It wasn't.
He doesn't feel like he get hit all the time.
He can do that. Because they definitely do that to their quarterbacks.
Gabriel might not be able to survive that. That right.
He ain't using to get hit like that in Oregon.
No, he's gonna get. You got Myles Garrett. He's still.
Yeah. He get used to it by practice.
Yeah.
Mason Graham too. So he'll be getting hit from the side and up the middle. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think honestly he seemed affected, like seriously.
Yeah, and he was humbled when Cleveland picked him.
Yeah,
because there was all these negatives in the beginning, like he didn't want to play in Cleveland. I heard that's what I.
Oh, no! I literally saw Deion flat out say if Cleveland picks us, he said anybody who gets picked by Cleveland needs to Eli Manning.
And then they're dancing though because they got
picked.
Yeah.
So.
But I think it's one of two. Like I said, it's one of two things. If he isn't really an arrogant kid, then he pushed an image that sold the wrong way, and hopefully this will help him clean that up.
To show confidence, and
it came off arrogant, and he just have to clean it up. Or if he is that arrogant, hopefully this humbled him, and he'll get back to it.
And hopefully his game speaks for itself. Hopefully his game is as good as he's trying to portray.
And I'm sorry, I don't think the competition he's got to beat out is that tough. If he don't at least get himself a backup role that quarterback room, then I don't think there was a need for this.
I'll be surprised if he's not going to be the starter week 1 because Deshaun can't.
It's probably going to be Flacco.
Oh shit, it is Flacco.
Yeah.
I forgot about Joe.
But that's what I'm saying. Moving down long term, if he can't over the next couple of years beat out Joe Flacco, who cannot play for much longer.
No.
Joe Flacco probably gonna make it week 3. He's probably gonna make it week 3. Yeah.
I was like, let's be real.
Beat out Kenny Pickett, who looked like trash on the Chiefs.
No, he's
on the Eagles. I'm sorry, the Eagles.
He's a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, but when he got into the game, they looked terrible. It was atrocious. It was all kinds of horrible.
We see why the Steelers.
Like Dylan Gabriel, we'll see. I thought he looked pretty good at Oregon. I thought he was coming out really.
I think it's gonna be between him and Shedeur.
But but that's what I'm saying. So let's say Dylan Gabriel comes out and plays really, really, really well. He's still only got to beat Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco to be the backup. If he's as good as the projection said it should have been, that his personality shouldn't have affected, he should be able to keep himself on the team. There's no reason. It's not like he's got elite talent to go up against. He ain't trying to beat Mahomes and Josh Allen and Lamar for a spot. Or up there in Indy trying to compete with Daniel Jones. He could probably beat him too. Oh God, they were showing film of Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson warming up and working out right now for the Colts, and they're talking about their like quarterback competition, and I'm like, the problem is if you put those two guys together, they'd probably be one of the greatest quarterbacks, if not the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson makes better decisions than Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has better work ethic than Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson's deep ball is better. Daniel Jones' ability knowing when to run and not get like smashed in the face is a little bit better. Daniel Jones will never tap out of a game even when he's just going to do a running play. Like, that's not going to happen. Anthony Richardson isn't going to trip over his own feet on an 80-yard scramble to the end zone. But you're not going to get that together. You can't put it together. So now I'm like, so what's your plan? Because I don't think you're going to get Daniel Jones to see Anthony Richardson and suddenly go, oh, I had that in me all along, and start playing better. And I'm not sure how much. Are you trying to like maybe shame Anthony Richardson into like trying harder?
Look how hard.
Look how hard this bum works. If this garbage can work this hard, why can't the guy with talent do it? You do realize from a effort standpoint, he's killing you, right? And he's trash. Look at him. Look at the dipshit. Like, come on,
just smiling.
Just dumb. I'm Daniel Jones, but like, come on. Like, what do you? Is that what you're hoping? Anthony Richardson's gonna be like, oh, I can't let Forrest Gump outwork me. Like, come on.
Well, welcome to the AFC South.
Well, there's that.
Y'all just got Travis Hunter in that division.
I know. I'm playing him twice a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has the ability to embarrass you on both sides of the field. He could literally have a game where he has 2 picks,
There's our only
175 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Our Jacksonville Jaguar beater is now a Raven. Okay.
Yeah.
We crushed them every time when
you had Derrick Henry. You just demolish them.
Runs
they could be trash.
Yeah.
And Jacksonville could be really good.
And Derrick Henry.
He'll run for 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, throw a touchdown.
Beautiful.
I was trying to tap into my inner Jerry. I'm like, Jerry, come on. Like, I was trying to, like,
you almost gave yourself an aneurysm.
Almost. I was trying to channel it.
Who told you what was going to happen?
I wanted to
go. I'm not going to lie. It was so funny when we saw it come across the
screen. You're drafting a guard. You're drafting Zach Martin's replacement. Guard, Alabama. He told you.
When it came across the screen, I was just like,
I told you.
And then like, it was just starting to grab running back. So I'm like, we're not going to have nobody left. Like,
because I was pissed when we traded up for Dart at first because I forgot we had 2 third-round picks. So I'm like, oh, we lost. We're not going to pick again to the 4th round? I don't know if this was worth it. Like, the kid can't play for another year or 2. And then it was like, yeah, they kept their early. I'm like, hold on, we kept the early 3rd-round pick?
Okay.
Oh! And that's where we went and got, Darius Alexander?
Okay.
Is Darius Alexander. Yes, Darius Alexander. Defensive tackle out of Toledo. Absolute dog. Only reason he's still there at round 3 when we went to get him is because he plays for Toledo. If he played, because he's one of them guys that, like, it's a small school, so they play against small schools.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, is he dominating out here because he's really good?
Yeah.
Or is he dominating out here because the teams you're playing are trash? You know, he's playing like
Did you go to the Senior Bowl?
He went to the Senior Bowl. And now you're playing Georgia's best guys. You're playing LSU's best guys. Just embarrassing everybody. Just absolutely embarrassing everybody they put in front of him.
Put a lot of effort into that other side of that ball.
What, our defense? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That defense is scary.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Speaking of playing somebody twice a year, that defense.
Yeah, I feel for you. Dak's legs ain't going to be able to make it.
Because Deontay Banks was not.
That was Milton. I forgot.
That's what Milton for it. Well, and that's why we got to see. Because what happens is when Dak gets hurt or gets benched and they put Milton in, who's actually athletic, we put Micah Parsons in the back. Or not Micah Parsons, Jesus. Wrong number 11.
A little bit.
We put Abdul Carter off ball and just have him run spy. And then we still can keep our other 6 pass rushers up after the quarterback.
It's insane.
Thank you. Anyway.
Because, we have 6.
It's fine.
Hang on, bro. Just keep it copacetic because we know what happens in Giants lore.
He gets excited every year. He gets all pumped up.
I'm not wishing anything on him.
Wishing
but your luck is not the best.
He's sitting there, and I'm just like, just wait. No. Let's see
when
what
Russell
they do.
Wilson came back from that leg injury. What happened in the first, 4 games he started in Pittsburgh?
Who, Justin Fields?
No, right.
Russell Wilson.
Oh, yeah,
he came back.
Yeah, they won.
They won by a lot. He was putting up like 30, 35 points a game. They didn't stop that until George Perkins, the only weapon on that team, stopped catching the ball. Russ wasn't missing him. He just kept dropping it. Which means Russ has 30 points a game in his belt.
You're not going to wait.
We have more than one receiver.
Just make it through. First make it through the preseason.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Because you know your luck.
It's fine.
No, this is not.
I've been watching so much coverage.
I'm so nice.
I've been going out of my way to find, because the thing about, if you are a Giants fan, you know this. Giants media is meaner and harder on our team than anybody. I have seen everybody else be like, everybody else talks about Kayvon Thibodeau like a star pass rusher. Is he like one of the best in the league? No, but he's a star pass rusher. He can average around 10 sacks a game. That's pretty damn good.
10 sacks a game? That's Hall of Fame level.
He
10 sacks a game?
A season. A season.
Yeah.
A season.
Yeah,
I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm sorry.
Game?
A season. Yes, 10 sacks a game. We wouldn't be having
I'm just like, okay.
10 sacks a season.
Okay if you think so. I wasn't
10 sacks a season. Sorry, y'all. My bad.
So.
But he's averaging around 10 sacks a season, right? Yeah, which is a solid pass rusher.
Yeah.
Giants media is like Kayvon Thibodeau is a complete bust. He's a top 5 pick, and he sucks. The fact that he hasn't been Defensive Player of the Year, you're not good enough. You're not Lawrence Taylor. You're not Michael Strahan. You're trash. Let's get rid of him. That's how our media is. These same people are like, holy shit, guys, we're going to be good. We're not going to win a Super Bowl, but, bum teams aren't going to beat us. And average teams, we can beat them too. And we shouldn't get smashed by good teams. We'll probably still lose, but we're not going to get smashed anymore.
I just think you should watch and see how it folds. I refuse to let Dallas get me excited or upset.
That's because you drafted towel boys and water boys again.
Whatever. We've had some of the best seasons that start off great. And you keep elevating and elevating. Oh, that sucked. Oh, that was hurt. But then we elevate to crush me in the end. And I refuse to be hurt. I'm going to just wait and see what happens. I'm cheering. I got
my team is letting me down
in my heart.
Constantly. And so I am
I'm serious.
Yeah, your ex-coach is cooking.
But you let them do this to you.
Vrabel?
Yeah. So what happens when you have the organization
Vrabel is... Because this is not a GM. That was not a GM draft. That was a Mike Vrabel draft. That was 100% a Mike Vrabel draft. He is cooking in New England. New England's going to be competitive again very soon.
That's why I said the Patriot way.
Very soon.
But it's going to be Mike Vrabel's way.
Yeah.
And we know that the way he plays defense with those defensive players, you're still going out there and plays with them.
He's going to,
So he's hands-on. It's going to be fun.
He said I heard that he was messing around with, who's their first-round pick? That tackle from LSU, the real country boy. Was it Will Campbell?
Yeah, I think
so. He said he was messing around with him, just trying to see. He was like, we don't have any tape. We made sure that's not getting put out or anything like that. But, he really impressed me. Everybody that's heard him say that is like, oh, so he put them hands on you, manhandled you, and you don't want anybody to see it. I mean, dude is huge.
He is huge.
That kid is humongous. That kid is,
He's 6'8", right? That's the real big one, right?
Yeah, that's the one that sound like Forrest a little bit.
Yeah.
He's a little bit Forrest, but
God bless the Patriots. Yeah. I remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he Coach, just tell me to go through a wall.
I'm going through a wall. I'll go out on that field and play until I die for Drake May. I was like, damn. All right.
His blind side is now protected.
All right, Michael Orr.
But I mean, like I said, that's what Dallas did. We got what we needed.
No, you got to.
We got Jaden. We got Jaden Blue.
That's more boring than a tackle.
Is Jaden Blue not a good running back?
Yes, Jaden Blue.
He's a very good running back. So we don't get a good running back. We got a cornerback. We have a very good cornerback. We got what we needed. And then they making phone calls.
Hold on.
They making
Let's reel that back a little bit.
You
got a quarterback.
Hang on, you're not about to make
you got a quarterback
and feed me that slop. You got
a quarterback.
That tell me that
you got a real good quarterback. You got a quarterback.
I watch people who normally don't even like Dallas give us an A+ not draft pick
because of 1 and 2. Your first 2 picks.
Do not.
Because of Izarake and because of Tyler Booker.
Okay, but
and I guess Jaden Blue.
But you just wait and see. And I'm serious. And then I heard was like rumors. Was it ETN?
I heard there was talk before the draft that ETN was getting traded to Dallas. Obviously, that didn't happen.
No.
But part of the reason the talks happened was because Tank Bigsby did so well last year, and they drafted another running back this year in like the 4th round too. Which for a running back, a 4th round draft is
still good.
You means you're a good back. You go for your good backs. Maybe not a superstar, but you're a good back. And they drafted somebody. So the chances of them keeping ETN are kind of low. So that gives a lot of people a feeling that they're going to trade him. And the only people that have been in the conversation have been Dallas.
And then too, like, Dak and Lamb, they gave up some money. They had to give up some money for somebody.
We don't know.
We don't
know.
So
we don't know who that person is yet, but it has to be for somebody.
They wanted an Etienne's in the locker room.
He went what?
An Etienne's in the locker room.
Or they putting an extension somewhere in Jerry's world. We just need a little bit of y'all money.
Can we get a new cappuccino maker?
That'd be crazy. Shut up. Y'all are ridiculous.
I mean,
Dak was just bought a cappuccino maker.
Oh, man. That's why I struggle so much. I haven't had cappuccino. The last one broke 2 years ago.
Somebody actually take care of their players and stuff. You see how y'all.
Yeah, and that's why they lose in tough games.
Whatever. You worry about your own team.
Pampered.
Y'all worry about your own team.
I bet you.
Okay.
I bet you y'all towels are like Egyptian cotton.
It sound like jealousy to me.
But you bring in the most money.
A little hateration.
You bring in the most money. So
yeah, so they can massage.
You know you worship a star.
I don't worship. I worship Jesus Christ. Okay.
But a close second is that star.
I cheer for a star. Okay. I worship Jesus Christ. You get it right. Okay. Okay. What's a Titan?
I don't worship the Titans. I don't worship the Titans. They're just my football team. I don't worry. You live and die. You are live and die by Jerry.
No.
We're just tall.
We got Goliath over here. So no, I cheer for the star. Okay. So you get it right.
I have a question because there was conversations online.
I see.
About people and drafts being overrated. And my question and I need a Dallas fan to answer this for me, is I want to know how one of the bottom 5 rush defenses in football is going to stop Cam Scatterbo. Like, how is that supposed to happen?
I guess we're going to find out.
You're not going to have to worry about that.
You can't stop anybody.
Because Tyrone Tracy will be the one running the ball.
That's true. Well, you might want to beat him up on top of running over him.
Okay.
We'll see.
Remember, I want you to remember these conversations. Because when you get quiet later, I'm going to remember all this. Because you was quiet last year. You was quiet the year before. It's a lot.
We went to the playoffs the year before.
And you didn't beat Dallas.
Yeah, we went farther than y'all, though.
Okay, you didn't beat us, though. We had to play you in the playoffs. So
we played Minnesota.
But when we had to play you, y'all lost.
Okay,
you was quiet as usual. Okay, so I think we should just be quiet now.
Okay.
And change the subject.
Scooter, you're starting stuff.
Scooter.
I'm putting it out there right now.
Scooter, you're on the clock.
Scooter, one more. You got a couple more. And it's on. The Giant slander is gonna. You go. I wouldn't be doing this when you're probably gonna be the last in the division.
Y'all look very nice.
See how the stars coming between.
See what I'm saying? She's gonna end our marriage
over.
I'm gonna end our marriage. He knew from the beginning.
Over
I was
a
star. You need to see our wedding pictures.
Star, where she know he violated. She knows Scooter Magruder is violating with these shots at the Giants.
Scooter is just telling things the way he
and she knows
whether or not
that he might.
True.
She knows that he might need to calm down because the whole division got better except for one
You don't know
team.
if we better. You don't know if we better. Okay, we started getting better in the same year last year. Okay, it was just too late to catch up. It was too late.
When was this?
We was losing like y'all, and then we started winning. That's why we had a later draft pick. Yes. That's why we had a later draft pick.
Because Cooper Rush
won a couple games.
That's right. You were winning with Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush won a couple random games towards the end.
Yes, you back up to exactly what he did. And then Jerry did what Jerry does. I want to save money, so he's not going to play the last game.
It didn't matter. It wasn't helping us win it at that point.
But he earned the right to play.
It wasn't even worth it at that point.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, we're going to get a further.
He does the most for his players.
We're going to get a further draft pick.
Except help him win.
We had a guard to go get.
You didn't know he was retiring.
They knew he was hurt 90% of the year.
That's true.
And that offense went down the drain every time he stepped off the field.
Excuse me. I don't mess with the Giants, so you shouldn't mess with me. Because you got a problem with Scooter and his talking. We'll wait till the season starts and we see what happens. That's all I have to say. We get to start at 0. We just fresh new start. Everybody, fresh new start, and then we'll see what happens then.
Just because the records start off at 0-0 don't mean there's beef there.
At 0-0. And then we see where it goes from there. I don't need to talk trash before they start playing. You don't need to start trash before they start playing. I'm sure the Giants will look better this year because you got rid of that a trash can DJ. So you should be doing already
it's
better.
It's an open competition in Indianapolis. I'm like, no, y'all know y'all ain't gonna win.
I am sorry.
Y'all know y'all ain't gonna win. You brought Daniel Jones to try to push the talent.
I want nothing for the best for Daniel Jones, but
if Daniel Jones is the first one in and last one out, it would make me want to leave early because I'd have to do something to be better.
My question is this: are the Irsay girls really running the show now?
Pretty. From what I've heard, it's been transferring that way because he's been having health problems, so they're moving that way.
My question is, I understand they know football, but they don't know how to get.
One of them knows the business. One of them learns kind of more of the football stuff.
They do 2 different things.
They kind of split it between the 2 of them.
Oh, so not one.
I think one of them. I think the one that handles the business.
Forever.
And they've been.
No, I know they're good. I'm talking about.
Yeah. They've been on the field and all that stuff.
But also talking, whoever they talked to decided that Daniel Jones was the right person to bring in means there's something wrong there.
Only I said,
he's cheap. He's there.
I think they're trying. He's cheap. He's there. And they're trying to find somebody who has around the skill set of Anthony Richardson.
Because if they got like Shador, if they would have picked the Shador, then that'd be all.
It's a completely different offense.
Confrontation.
If Anthony Richardson goes down.
Yeah, it's gonna be
that's a completely different offense. If
I get it.
Yeah,
I definitely understand. It's just
and Daniel Jones is probably the closest player to Anthony Richardson.
Like who is it that ended up? What's his name? Like who? Oh my God, I cannot think of his name. He got fired.
Geno Smith?
No, they went to the Super Bowl. They lost. Oh my God,
Alex Smith.
Stafford took his place, and then they ended up doing golf. Jesus was gone, and then he goes to the Lions, right? And then so maybe they're hoping this wasn't his team.
His son is being exposed too.
Who, golf? It's the conversation is starting to come up like. When they get to them big games and they need that next step, he's the only one that doesn't seem to be able to really
There's another gear.
Give you that next gear.
It happens.
That's also the reason why they lost that Super Bowl to Pats.
Yeah, it happens.
Because that's why I don't like when they do that to Brock Purdy because like I said earlier this season, there was nobody on that field. He was the only one with the next gear. Like, everybody else was hurt.
What was it? Was it Sam Darnold? Well, Vikings, right? Sam Darnold. Yeah. I was like, are we going is they winning in spite of him? Not be.
We'll see because he's in Seattle now.
Yeah, but I thought that was after they lost, that's when you have those conversations.
Because when they would lose, because that was when they'd lose. They're another one when they lose.
Y'all don't remember a lot of those throws he was throwing. You saw Justin Jefferson come back for.
Yeah,
underthrown. or sometimes it was like
Jordan Addison. Yeah.
Like they made some great.
They're
catches.
making athletic catches. Now some of that might be because I know my guys, so that's where I throw it. But
not gonna take anything away from Tanner. He still performed.
he played. He won 11 games. He was like 11 games.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm
he had
just
to go out
saying
there
though,
and
but
play.
like it becomes one of those things when like when you keep getting like a little bit like that. When you get to that point, like okay,
It just
is
doesn't
this
seem
it?
like that
Is
next
this
gear happens.
Where you are, you will never have the next. There's no other level. This is your top level, and that happens. And now, like, yeah, like I don't know, like, but I don't blame. I never really blame Alex Smith. I just felt like it was just bad timing for Alex Smith.
It is what it is.
Like he'll have the same record. He had the same record as Kaepernick, and Kaepernick took his job still. So like, what do you do? So, but yeah, but I guess we'll see. But I think Daniel Jones is terrible.
He is terrible.
Like he seems like a great person. Everyone likes him. And that's character's a good thing.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean maybe there's always coaching. Those who can't teach
doesn't translate always well on the field.
He might should try coaching. Cause
He could be good. He maybe be a coach.
It depends if he motivates AR. We'll see.
Yeah.
the next step, like Jameson.
Who's Drew Lock Robin now? Is he
Somewhere.
still?
Someone picked him up.
I think he's heisting somebody's team.
Someone picked him up.
Yeah. Pretty sure. Did he go back to Seattle?
I think he did.
He might have gone back to Seattle.
One of those places, because I thought he went back to be a backup somewhere.
Yeah. They have a lot of crime in Seattle. It'll just blend in.
That highway robbery.
Yeah, just highway robbery.
How much did it make for me last year? 8 mil?
Something like that, yeah. I think our whole room altogether is worth $8 million this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
He made
Wow.
8 mil.
I know, I was just thinking.
Damn.
Yeah, that
Be
sucks.
that.
To be that terrible, almost $10 million.
Make you wish you did better life decisions.
Oh my God, I could go out there and just get tackled and not throw the ball. Coach, if you just want me to hold the ball and get sacked every play, I can do that.
I can do it, right?
I'm telling you, I can do it better than anybody else. So bad. So terrible. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's like, dude, your offense is terrible. Your receivers don't do anything. Da-da-da-da-da. Your line and da-da-da. Like, dog, I watched Kurt Warner, a Hall of Famer and a professional analyst, go through our tape and go, they're open. There's a pocket. These guys suck.
I heard DeVito want to leave, right?
I'm slighted because they didn't tell me. They didn't tell the third string quarterback they were drafting a quarterback. Yeah, because you're never going to be the guy.
Who was?
DeVito.
Tommy DeVito.
He wanted.
He said, I found out we were drafting a quarterback the same way everybody else did on TV. Well, considering that before the damn draft even started, you could have turned on the TV and had months before. You could go back to the actual season. You could go to the season, and when they talked about the upcoming draft, they're like, well, the Giants have to get a quarterback.
He's not on their roster right now. Like,
Oh, man.
they going, what have you ever heard of Thursday? Like, the office didn't let me know. Hey, John.
Why would I be checking with
Hey,
you?
John. Let me go ahead and call DeVito. Let him know we get
Let him know.
Why are you even rocking this boat? Like you live with your parents.
He's about to get cut.
He rides
About to
like
get
he's
cut.
like almost a walking distance to the stadium. Just shut the hell
Them
up and
pretty
make money.
trades have been talked about, which means nobody wants you.
And just shut up and make money. Like
Come
what
on,
are you
man.
talking about?
Sit down.
If you feel that's like you mean you should be talking
Be
to
humble.
the Jets or something because
Yeah, I mean, taking Justin Fields is insane. I'm sorry. Justin Fields is the guy, like...
what guy? Yeah.
Why?
I truly believe Joe Namath.
Why is Justin
Joe
Fields
Namath
better
must have
than
sold
Daniel
his soul.
Jones?
Joe Namath had to sell his soul.
It's like the Jets don't want to be good.
No. I think Joe Namath cursed that team. They got that one Super Bowl
He sold their entire franchise for his one ring.
because I'm trying to tell you right now that they had Chad Pennington, they had an old Vinny Testaverde, and if you look back, okay, they had an
That
old
Vinny Testaverde team was...
yeah. They
Vinny
had an old Brett
Testaverde,
Favre.
Laveranues Coles,
Yep.
Santana Moss, Curtis Martin.
Yeah,
like, that
great
was an insane team. There's no reason they shouldn't have been able to win.
Yeah.
How did Mark Sanchez go from AFC champion
Twice.
to butt fumble?
He went to 2 AFC Championship games in a row and lost.
And then just went...
Complete, and now he's an analyst.
Yum.
How he's on
whose most famous play is running into another man's ass like a comedy skit.
He was like,
he fumbled.
yeah, he did.
And he fumbled. He dropped. He couldn't even hold the ball. Dude threw it back so hard, he lost all reconciliation to everything.
It was bad.
So you do.
Terrible.
It was bad.
But then, like I said, like you want to be like, dog, he was absolute trash. He was garbage. Oh my god, oh, you have to be bad to do that. But he won the 2 AFC championships. So like, what happened?
It's the Jets. It's just
I'm saying, cursed.
Gotta be something.
They don't even make no sense how
they
bad
need to go carry Matty Mazzaroni up the hill or something, because this is not rocking. Somebody did not pay for their pie and thinner or what, something.
Maybe it was their black cat.
Maybe it was their that black cat that ran in the field with us.
That changed everything for
God, we've
Giants.
sucked since then.
Yeah, it was bad.
We ain't been able to get nothing together since that damn cat.
Weren't y'all winning that game?
I think so. We ended up losing that game.
It was bad. They lost like the next whatever game.
Sacrifice with them damn cats in there.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It was bad.
Terrible.
I think we don't have anything else to talk about.
I think that's about it. Now we're just saying dumb stuff because we're... Yeah. But, anyway, so getting back to a more professional setting, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and hit the notification bell so you know if we put things on. Hit us up on X, hit us up on Instagram, and comment and say things to us. And we'll see y'all next time, all right? Peace.